Here at the notorious Whitey Smith Stadium, ready to see if these young, explosive Rogers Mounties can stop the reigning 6A champs that are the Muskogee Roughers of Oklahoma from coming in and marking their territory on the gridiron. On this glorious Friday, we have a monumental from the Central taking on the best from the West. Arkansas 7A game day is underway. Whew. Fellas, it's going to be a good one. I'm Mason Humphrey alongside Joe Cantoneri, Zach Long, and Cord Marcotte. Cord, why don't you give the fans a taste of what they can expect in this Cabot versus Bentonville West showdown?
Well, as Cabot comes in to Centerton to play Bentonville West, let's go ahead and start with Bentonville West. They lost 70-35 last week against Greenwood as they took the trip down to Greenwood. However, this really was a close game, although the score might not portray that. First, I want to highlight quarterback Trey Thompson. He threw for 3 touchdowns, had a rushing touchdown, and he really knows how to turn bad plays into positive gain. He really knows how to use his legs well and make something happen. He spread the ball to 5 different receivers that scored touchdowns last week, and also on the defensive side of the ball, they forced 5 fumbles against the reigning champions, Greenwood. With Cabot, last week they lost to Fayetteville at home 48-13. However, they also had some good moments. Their offense likes to move quick, they love the no-huddle, they like keeping the defense on their toes, and they like trying to make big plays when the defense isn't ready for them. Quarterback Maddox McCrory missed almost all of last year outside of 1 game due to a lower leg injury, but he's back this year, and Cabot is confident as ever. Senior running back Keegan Vess is the leader of the offense. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last season, and Cabot's really hoping to make that jump and go to 1-1 after this Friday night. Zach, what can we expect from Northside and Greenwood?
Well, you touched on Bentonville West and Greenwood, so I'll start with Greenwood. I mean, we've got the 13-0 state champs from last year. They already beat West 70-35, and they already beat Fayetteville as well 41-20. They're on a rampage. They're led by quarterback Kane Archer, one of the best quarterbacks in the 2026 class, a dual-threat QB, 205 pounds, 6'1", already holding offers from Michigan, Missouri, Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, plus many more Power Fives. I mean, this team really doesn't have a weak spot. They may have a little weak spot in the O-line, but other than that, strong defense, haven't given up many points other than some explosive plays over their head. They've got star wide receiver Grant Carnes, caught 5 passes in the first drive of their season, or ended in a touchdown for him. He's a dual sport athlete committed to Wichita State for baseball. And they've also got sophomore running back Mario Dunbar. Mario Dunbar is very explosive, part of this really explosive offense that I think that Northside's going to have trouble hanging with. When we flip to Northside, they've already completed their first loss of the season to Southside, 27-34, currently ranked number 29 in the state. They're led by freshman quarterback Ronan Ketchum, 6'3", 205 as well. Very athletic, very explosive. Senior wide receiver Keyshawn Newton, 5'9", very shifty. He's their main target on offense. He's been really good in the field. He's had a couple big target plays. And then probably the most exciting person I've seen on their team is their new running back, freshman as well, Roman McQuinston, 5'9", but he's really shifty, really quick. 62-yard run touchdown versus Southside last week. They're a very young team, very shifty, pretty much a weak defense for Greenwood. We'll see how they hold up. Didn't hold up well against Southside, but we'll see how they hold up against Greenwood. Mason, why don't you touch on this next game we're covering?
Fellas, I think we can all agree that this Fayetteville Broken Arrow game is going to be an absolute shootout.
Woo.
Oh, I mean, these are 2 high-powered offenses going right up against each other. Fayetteville, the reigning 7A state champion in 2023. Last week, despite the rain delay, put up 48 points.
Yeah.
These guys know how to score, and they know how to do it quick. The name of the game for them scoring is get the ball in the hands of Jason Delamar. He was the 2023 7A leading receiver last year. He's a beast. You know, wide receiver screens, get him in the open field, get some blockers around him, let him make a move. The first guy will miss, guaranteed. First guy will miss. You know, it's a first-year quarterback for the Bulldogs. First-year starter. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple for him. They don't necessarily have the best pass protection. Let's get the ball to the playmakers. Let's get this thing rolling quick.
I mean, to mention about Jason Delamar, dual sport athlete as well, committed to Arkansas for baseball,
Absolutely.
not even football.
The kid's a heck of an athlete.
I mean, yeah. I mean, get the ball in your athlete's hands, right?
Absolutely. That's going to be the name of the game for the Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Right.
And for offensively, for Broken Arrow, it's looking about the same style of play. They like to set up the short passes early in drives. They like to go short pass, and then kind of catch you unexpectedly with a deep bomb. They have a nice quarterback. He's good at making throws on the run. Tough kid. Broken Arrow is one of those teams that also don't have the greatest pass protection. So he's a kid that gets hits a lot. He gets hit a lot, no question. But one thing they can do is go quick. Don't give the defense time to adjust. Keep the not so great matchups out there defensively for Fayetteville. Keep them guessing. Keep them on their toes. Keep them rolling. Defensively for Broken Arrow, they're a very bend, don't break team. They will give up the deep pass, but when it comes to making those open field tackles, they can do that. They're very reliant on their linebackers. Good technique out of them, good tackling. Nothing too flashy, a very disciplined defense. Defense for the Bulldogs, on the other hand, they like to blitz.
Oh,
boys.
my gosh.
Let me tell you, they like to bring the heat.
We felt that last year.
Yeah.
We've
fellas, I'd like to say we've experienced it firsthand.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it.
100%.
They sometimes they get a little sneaky with it too.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they disguise it. You think he's coming one way, next thing you know, you're getting hit
Corner's blitzing off the
blindside.
edge, yep.
Yeah, you don't even know what hit you.
Yeah.
But it was a big old pack of Bulldogs. I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you that right now. They can get beat in the hurry up though. You know, they're another one of those teams. If you get rolling quick, keep those matchups defensively, kind of guessing on their toes. It can be good news if you hit them fast, which I think Broken Arrow can do. I think they'll be in good hands. I think the Bulldogs got a chance.
Absolutely.
Joe, why don't you tell us about your matchup?
Well, Bentonville is going to be heading 3 hours down to Conway. I'm going to say this. I think this is absolutely Arkansas's game of the week.
Wow.
Whoa.
Calling it right now. Hold on.
One second
Timeout.
for the people at home.
Say that one more time.
Can we get a rerun on that? Can you say that again?
Yeah, I think this is absolutely the game of the week.
Game of the week.
God.
Yeah,
Game of the
Bentonville
week.
Just go ahead and throw it out there. Right?
Game of the
Bentonville
week.
ranked
Game of the
Not
week.
even 10
in
minutes?
Arkansas. Conway ranked 6th in Arkansas. Both of these teams met last year with Conway narrowly taking it 42-39. Absolute
It's a great
classic.
game. Great game.
Great teams we have here. Bentonville starts out the year 0-1 in a devastating loss in OT. A great Union team, very talented. They're ranked 3rd in Oklahoma. Conway starts the year 1-0 in a blowout to Jonesburg. I mean, absolutely killed them. Both teams lost a senior at almost every single position, so they're filling in with a junior or a sophomore in every single position. Both teams putting up at least 35-plus points on both sides. It's going to be an absolute shootout. I mean, I expect no less 35-plus points for both teams this game.
A lot of shootouts this week.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, fellas. While we're talking about shootouts, just real quick, what game do we think is going to have more total points scored? Bentonville Conway or Fayetteville Broken Arrow? Let's start with Joe. It's his team.
I'm thinking Bentonville at Conway.
Bentonville
I'm
at
thinking
Conway.
Bentonville Conway. I mean, you look at the defenses for Fayetteville and Broken Arrow. I think they'll be able to contain each other just a little bit more.
Okay.
I think so, too.
I'm personally going to take Fayetteville and Broken Arrow.
Okay.
I am as well.
I think Fayetteville will come out hot, and Broken Arrow is just going to punch right back.
It's a 2-2 split.
It'll be real high scoring.
The thing is, Conway, Joe, you were just touching on it. They're ground and pound.
Oh, yeah.
They like to run that ball,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
They like
got
to
a
hold
star
on to
in
it.
Trey Harris.
Yeah.
Trey Harris is an absolute dog. Watch for number 1 on the field. They'll shift him out of the motion, put him in wide receiver. Dog. He's out there. He's a number 1 option always. Keys to win for Bentonville, they got to start figuring out their offense. I mean, they had 2 different quarterbacks in the whole game. And Cole Spadecki, I think he takes the cake on here. I think he should be QB1. Scored every single time he was out there. Trevor Grant had some great drives, but didn't finish them. I think they got to give it to their star players more. I mean, Chris Ficklin had a 3 TD game against a great Union defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you can give it to him on this side of the field heading this way or at the goal line. He's a dog.
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 Just 1 second. I'm not trying to slow this freight train down. But would you say that he's dog of the day? Potential dog of the day?
You can't give him dog of the day over Grit.
Whoa.
At
Let's settle
Conway.
down here at the
Sorry,
table.
I'll calm down.
At Conway, he might be dog of the day.
Dog of the
We
day.
got to watch him.
Dog of the
We
day over
also
Kane-
got to watch
over-
Trey Harris.
over
Okay.
Kane
Trey
Archer?
Harris for Conway. He's a dog. he might be dog of the day. I think we got dog of the day in this game.
Okay, very nice.
Bentonville's also
I'll
got
calm
star
down.
wide receiver Blair Irving, 3 Power 5 offers. He has got great hands and super fast. I mean, speedy demon over here.
Yeah.
And then we got Eli Brooks. He's a returning tight end for Bentonville. He was an All-State last year. I think he didn't have a great game against Union. I think he'll kind of bounce back here.
I definitely
for
think
this
he'll
one.
bounce back. Looking at him last year, I mean, he was almost a guaranteed catch a drive.
Absolutely.
At least a first down a drive. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big target to
They
throw
got to
to,
get
so.
they got to get him hot. And for the defensive side for Bentonville, they have Jonah Knapp. This guy underrated. Player of the week last week, 12 tackles and a sack. I mean, this guy was all over the field just eating that Union team up.
Talk about a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
for Conway, they also got some boys.
That'll
Grayson Wilson, 3-star QB, had 5 touchdowns last week against
5.
Jonesboro.
5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
That's
Count
like
'em out.
35 points.
Count them out. Yep.
You know what we call that, Joe?
And we already talked about Trey Harris. We know he's a dog, certified.
We call that finger licking good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jamie. Then we got Braylon Harris. He's a wide receiver. He's a sophomore. This guy had 200-plus receiving yards last week and a touchdown.
Yeah.
There goes that man.
Deep threat.
Yeah.
Deep threat.
Wow.
You will see that man be open.
Very nice.
Keys to win for Conway, they got to dominate the trenches. Bentonville's got a really good run scheme on them. They have to stop the run. And I think they got to get pressure on Spadecki. He's a new QB coming in. He just earned the spot. I think if you get him in the pressured moments, he's going to mess up. You're going to get turnovers, and that's how they're going to win this game. But it's going to be interesting after that heartbreaking loss for Bentonville, how they bounce back this week.
Fellas, we're here at Whitey Smith for a reason, and one reason only.
Oh, baby.
Yep.
It's time to talk about the main event of the evening.
Oh, baby.
Let's
Hey,
go,
get me
boys.
riled up.
Muskogee versus Rogers.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Corey,
That's what I wanted to hear.
tell us a little bit about the game. What can we expect to see tonight?
You know, let's start with Rogers. They got a real explosive offense. Quarterback Jeff Regan, he's really elusive, really quick.
Oh,
He'll make the plays for you. If he's got nothing, he'll turn it into something. He's got a big receiver in Braxton Lindsay. If you can get Braxton on an island, and Jeff and Braxton can make that connection that they love so much, that they've been doing all this year, you know, in one game, last week, they just had that connection. If they can get that going again, that'll be a real good thing for them.
And I would just like to say, Jeff Regan, I think it's no stretch of imagination to say that he's the best athlete in the 7A.
I completely
I
agree.
mean, that's not crazy to say
I'd
that.
say it.
I'd say,
100% agree.
I mean, he is an absolute animal. This kid is quick, powerful, can throw the ball. He's smart.
He is.
I mean, he's the best overall athlete in the 7A.
When you talk about athletes in the 7A, though, you got to remember Braxton Lindsay.
Braxton Lindsay.
Same team.
6'3" frame. Holy, I mean, that kid's huge. I mean, you can find him anywhere. Throw him a jump ball, he's going to go get it.
Two dogs, same kennel.
And I think
Jeff
that's
and
what
Braxton.
I think that's what this Roger team has to do. I think they have to get Braxton on an island or on a middle linebacker, and it will be touchdowns all day,
Well, I mean,
baby.
if we're talking about athletes, we got to talk about big-time QB, Jamarian Franklin.
Oh,
Ficklin.
flipping it to
Sorry about
Muskogee
that.
now.
Yeah,
I
flipping
like
into
it.
Muskogee. This kid, I mean, Cord, tell us a little bit about him, because, I mean,
he's a big-time quarterback. He's a 4-year starter, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep, 3 or 4,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
3 or
He's got
4.
experience. He's
3
been
or
at
4
the
year
helm.
starter. He's a 3-star recruit. He's real good. But even on top of that, he's got number 3 as wide receiver, Andre Beasley. He's real quick. He's real shifty. If you get him the ball, he's going to make the play for you. He will get in the end zone. He will get those extra yards. He will make sure that the offense keeps on moving.
The thing is, I mean, we've been hearing about those dogs, that QB wide receiver connection. But the thing you got to realize is this Muskogee Rougher team, they're going to do some rough housing.
they can
They're gonna
run
run the ball.
the
They
dang
can
ball
run
down your
the
throat.
road, and they want to. That's what they want to do. I would say they run the ball about 60% of the time, and once they get into that gold zone, that rougher 20-yard line red zone, baby, they're handing the ball off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no question about it. Once they get in the red zone, they want to punch that thing in, and they want to do it the right way. Last game, 250 of their 440 rushing yards were rushing yards. 250 of those
Wild.
yards were
is
from the rushing game.
However, Mace, that's going to cause some problems for them. Last week, they really struggled to convert on third down. They went only 2 for 7 on their third downs. That's just, if they're really wanting to win this game against Rogers, that's just not going to play. I mean, you got a great run offense, but you got to make the pass happen too.
I mean,
you really got to convert those third
You're
downs.
talking about a Rogers defense that gave up 1 third down conversion last week.
and 0 points.
0 points.
Zero
And 0
points.
points.
I mean, absolutely.
I mean, when we talk about Muskogee, though, we are talking about the defending state champs.
Yeah,
of
we
Oklahoma.
are. I think that's what we got to realize.
And
No
when you talk
disrespect.
about them being the defending state champs, you also have to mention they have 30 returning seniors.
30.
Very
30
athletic,
returning
very
players.
athletic team with a lot of experience.
A lot of experience.
30
So,
guys returning.
I mean, it's going to be a great game. I
absolutely will.
think two really good offenses, also two really good defenses. I think the key for the game for Rogers, though, they really need to get the ball to their playmakers. We've seen them run that quad set with Braxton Lindsay, where they can throw a screen to Braxton Lindsay or draw it with Jeff, and I think that's going to be the key for them today.
And that's what they're going to do as well. I would like to see us, and I think we will, open up the playbook more against Muskogee.
I agree.
I think we could have kind of stuck to the basics against North Little Rock, but now that we get the chance to play Muskogee, pardon I say, a little bit better team, better defensively.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we're going to open it up a little bit more.
Fast out here.
And yeah, it will. It's going to get nasty.
Yeah,
for the Rogers Mounties.
It's gonna be a back and forth bloodbath.
Open up the playbook.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And let's go to talk about defenses now. I mean, Rogers, great blitzing scheme here. I mean,
Coach Dale Williams.
I mean, we're running a base 3-4 here. We got 4 linebackers that can just shoot and tackle, and they will hurt you. They will hurt you. Absolutely.
They will. They'll bring the roughhousing.
Don't even discount the D-line. The D-line's going to get back there. They're going to put pressure on the QB. We're going to stop the run. I mean, they have got some dogs on the D-line.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it, I mean, Nesto Gonzalez, I mean,
Strong,
dude.
Yeah. Big old
This
kid.
guy is a team leader, second-year starter. This guy's going to get in the backfield and make a name for himself.
He will. And if he doesn't get to the backfield, he's going to be clogging that lane.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
And when we're talking about D lines, I got to admit, Muskogee is huge on defense. That's a big
I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to turn the camera.
Yeah.
But they got some dogs over there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
But I think that's going to prove as a struggle for Rogers in their run game because our Rogers O-line, little small for a 7A O-line.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works. I mean, once again, they've proved well in the running game up to now, so we'll see how they turn out.
Yeah, a big thing that they need to do is they need to make sure that they get turnovers and then turn those into offense. Last week, the defense had 2 pick sixes, and on top of that, one of them was a 100-yard pick six. The defense needs to keep that up if they want to try and win this game. Muskogee, yes, Muskogee. Muskogee needs to keep that up if they want to try and win this game. They need to get those turnovers, but on top of getting those turnovers, they really need to turn them into points. That's going to be a big key to the game for Muskogee today.
I think for Rogers, too, though, I mean, special teams has proved to be no short-handed suit for Rogers. I mean, Cam Cunningham, Drake commit, really, really athletic player.
Smart player.
Yeah, smart player.
Knows the game very
Punt
well.
return last week. I mean, you look at our kickoffs, 2 30-plus yard returns on kickoff. I mean, they're special teams, no shorthand.
One thing about Cameron Cunningham, we mentioned what he lacks in size. He's not the biggest guy.
Yeah, for sure.
But we mentioned he was a smart football player. He absolutely makes it up there. No doubt about it. If there's a position he needs to be in, a place on the field he needs to be, he will be there, and he will do it to his best ability.
All right, boys, let's talk about the Muskogee defense now. I think the key for them is they're going to have to contain Jeff. I mean, everyone knows that coming into this game, that Jeff is going to be the best player on the field. This is how Rogers is going to run their offense. They're going to have to spy, they're going to have to contain, and they're going to try to contain him, but I don't know if they will. I mean, he is real fast.
He is. He's absolute beast out there. No doubt about it.
I'm excited to see what running back Jack Harrell can do today.
Absolutely.
Well.
Absolutely. He's a great mix of speed and athleticism, speed and strength.
Yeah.
He has it all. He's the whole package. He's low to the ground, low center of gravity. He's a good running back, good player for
He's going
us.
to hit holes.
We saw a broken play from the Rogers O-line last week turn into a 40-yard touchdown for Jack. I mean, I'm excited.
That's
I'm
big
excited
time.
to watch this game. It's going to be a great game.
I really think he can give this Muskogee defense some issues.
Now,
Absolutely.
Joe Canzaneri said that Bentonville is going to have the game of the week this week. I'm taking Rogers Muskogee.
Wow.
Okay.
Muskogee.
Okay.
Pardon me.
I say wow. Is that a shock to anybody here? I mean, we are at
Give
Whitey
me
Smith
Rogers
Stadium.
Muskogee.
We
We're
are
saying
at
Arkansas.
Whitey Smith
I mean,
Stadium.
Bentonville, Conway, and Arkansas.
Okay,
We're obviously
okay.
stretching
So,
out the
okay.
states. We're saying
Yes,
Arkansas,
okay.
game of the week.
So game day of the piggy schools in
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely,
branching out.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll put it down.
Staying in
Yeah,
the state
okay.
line.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, we
fellas.
can't say this is Arkansas game of the week if, the other teams in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Fellas, I don't know about y'all, but I think we've been doing a little too much talking.
I think I'm ready.
And Cord, he did some great things earlier today. What he did was he came out here and he hosted his own segment. It's called Kicking It with Cord. We're going to shoot to that. And before we do that, stay tuned, because when we come back, we have a guest speaker, Mr. Lockhart, member of the school board in the Rogers School District. He will be joining us, and he will be joining us in our final segment of making the pick predictions. Stay tuned. Let's hear it about that boot, kid.
Here we go.
Let's head to it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of High School Game Day, along with the first segment of Kicking It with Cord here on a windy afternoon. We got a $20 Barriola's pizza gift card. Let me explain the rules of the game to you. So Colin here is going to kick a field goal from the 10-yard line. If he makes it, he gets this $20 Barriola's gift card. But on top of that, if he makes it, he gets a chance to do double or nothing. So let's meet our contestant. Colin, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Colin, you like to do anything outside of school? Any hobbies, sports, anything like that?
I really like to play golf.
All right, Colin, have you ever kicked a football before? Do you have any football experience?
No football experience, but I have kicked a football before.
All right, what's your confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10?
I got a lot of respect for kickers out there, but this is only a 20-yarder, so give me an 8.
All right, you understand all the rules of the game?
I understand.
Yeah, let's go! Kick that ball!
Yep.
Yeah, Colin! Yeah!
Colin, so you didn't make it, but we're going to thank you for coming out, man. We hope you had fun. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
Alrighty.
Maybe one day you'll get redemption, but thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys.
Back to you guys at the desk.
Everybody, welcome back to the wind turbine of Whitey Smith Stadium. It got drastically more windy, and as Cord said, it is howling on set.
Howling wind.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
I'm sure y'all can hear it back home. I mean,
Headsets blowing off.
Windy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It seems like there might have been some of that wind for Colin's kick earlier,
Yeah.
Cord.
Yeah.
That was a
bit.
bit of a shank show.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
A
call
little bit
it.
low, a
guy.
little bit left. The
Just
wind
a bit
definitely got
outside.
to you.
Yeah.
The wind got to
And not on the ground, and just about everything that could have been wrong.
He didn't
with
even get
a
the
kick.
chance at the double or nothing.
But hey, fellas, the kick's behind us. Colin isn't going to enjoy any delicious pizza anytime soon. So let's introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, give it up for
Yes.
Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah.
Mr. Lockhart is a member of the school board for Rogers Public Schools. Mr. Lockhart, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do as a school board member?
Well, thank you. It's first of all, I want to say it's an honor to be with you, and I'm ready to talk some high school football.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear, yeah.
Yeah.
And in case you haven't noticed, it's pretty obvious that I'm completely unbiased in the teams that
Yes.
that I favor, and so unlike you guys, I'm not going to express any favoritism tonight
Okay.
or anything.
No,
but,
absolutely
None of
not.
that in
But I am, so I was born in Rogers. I'm a 1986 graduate of Rogers High School.
Yes.
And I've lived here my entire life.
Absolutely.
And I serve on the school board right now, which is just an amazing experience. And I just look forward to providing the people and the athletes and students of Rogers High School, Rogers Public Schools, everything that they need to succeed.
Absolutely.
That's
Love that.
Thank you,
Love
sir.
that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
And I'm looking forward to maybe this being the year that the Rogers Mounties win a state championship.
That's what we like to hear.
Bring it
What we
home
love to
the
hear.
bacon.
No
baby.
bias, though. No bias.
Obviously,
No bias.
unbiased as always.
All right, so
Always unbiased.
Mr. Lockhart, thank you for that. And we're going to go ahead and get into our next segment, Pick 'em and Stick 'em.
Yeah.
So, y'all might have noticed we have some handy-dandy popsicle sticks here. And we are going to start with you, Cord. Who do you got in that first game that you talked about? I believe it's Cabot versus...
Cabot versus Bentonville West.
Okay, let's hear a little bit more about that.
The Panthers are going to be coming down to Centerton to take on the Wolverines. Personally, I'm going to take the Wolverines.
Okay.
I think that offensive line highlighted by left guard Caleb Chandler, I think they're really going to get it done. I think Trey Thompson's going to get it done in the open field. I think they're going to take down the Panthers and possibly spoil that hope of going for a state championship.
And that loss of Lane Jeffcoat at O-line last year hasn't proved any difficulty for him.
Not so
they've
far.
been great up front. And you know what? Give me Bentonville West as well. I'm going to take Bentonville West. I'm going to take that explosive offense of Q Thompson and Harris Vincent at receiver. Give me Bentonville West.
Yeah.
Mr. Lockhart?
Wow, I'm going the opposite way, and
Whoa. We have some controversy in the booth.
I'm going with Cabot. They lost pretty big to Fayetteville last week, but I'll just be quite honest, and I'll expand on that a little bit later when we get to one of these other games. But I just don't vote for Bentonville teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, respectable.
Many
No bias.
of the viewers at home would agree with that.
Yeah.
They would
I think
absolutely
so.
agree with you.
Absolutely.
As for me, however, I'm going against you, Mr. Lockhart. No hurt feelings.
A mature
Bentonville
pick.
West. I'm taking
Mature pick.
Bentonville West.
Yes.
I think ultimately they're more talented. I think despite the losses of the seniors, who doesn't lose a couple guys from time to time?
Right.
I mean, apparently Muskogee with 30 returning seniors.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later. But as for this game, Bentonville West is my pick.
I got Bentonville West as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dominant offense. They're explosive. I mean, coming off the bad loss to Fayetteville, I think they're going to come back. They're going to beat Cabot pretty nicely. I don't think they're going to have very much trouble with it.
Absolutely. Moving on to the next game.
All right, next game, we got Northside and Greenwood. I believe that is in Fort Smith, correct? At Northside?
Believe so.
All right. I am going to take the reigning state champions, Greenwood Bulldogs. I really think that they're just going to take this one home. Nothing against Northside. I think they're too young. I think Greenwood's an experienced team with Kane Archer at the helm. I just don't think they lose to this Northside team. I think Northside will be good in a few years, but not yet.
I mean, I'm going to piggyback off you. Give me Greenwood. I mean, just give me Greenwood. I mean, that's just a dominant team. They've proved dominant. They dominated Fayetteville. I wouldn't say dominated, but I mean, they took down Fayetteville. I mean, there's nothing much else to say.
They did what they
There's
had to
nothing
do.
much else
Mr.
to say.
Lockhart, who are you picking?
I'm going to go Greenwood,
Yep.
big lead. And a couple things I'd like to say about that is everybody, you guys did a great job in your in-depth analysis on all the teams and everything you covered.
Thank you, sir.
Kane Archer is a stud.
Yeah.
They were undefeated last year, probably because they didn't play the Rogers Mounties. But
Realistically,
That'll do it.
my pick is they're going to
Couple
go
cupcakes.
They're going to go undefeated again this year because they don't play the Rogers Mounties. So I think that they're going to go undefeated again this year with their schedule. And then you look next year when Kane Archer's a senior. I think that they've got a chance to go undefeated.
You're
again.
saying 39 games in a row.
Undefeated next year,
Wow.
assuming
Wow.
they don't play the
Rogers Mounties.
Rogers Mounties.
Okay.
There's been a great thing about Greenwood there's been just a phenomenal amount of talent, D1 talent that has come out of that program. You have Tyler Wilson, who is a University of Arkansas quarterback. You have Connor Noland, who is a University of Arkansas quarterback and baseball player. Drew Morgan, Razorback, wide receiver. I'm a huge Razorback fan as well. But, I just think that something like that close, we need to get Rogers playing these guys, next year. I don't know who can put that
Knock 'em
together.
off the totem.
I'm
Yes.
on the school board. I don't know if we have any control over anything.
I
like
think
that.
that's a little above my pay grade, but I'd love to
you
see
might,
it.
You might be a little bit higher up than us here at the booth.
Well, again, I am very high up. I'm unpaid as well, but we still consider ourselves high up. But but I'm just saying right now, give me Regan over Archer any day.
You heard it here first.
And that's-
Whitey Smith Stadium.
Wow.
That's a hill I'll die on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love to hear
The
that.
athleticism. Wow.
Mace, what you
Okay.
think?
Well, kind of dialing it back a notch. 39-win G-men. I didn't know we were talking about Georgia. I mean, they got the G logo, but man, that is something. That is a prediction. I'm taking the G-men here, no doubt about it. Joe, what do you got?
Boys, I'm going to do it.
No.
No, are
I'm
you
going to
kidding
go
me?
with the Northside.
No.
They're going to beat the undefeated Greenwood.
Wow.
It's happening here tonight. They just beat the crosstown rivals. They're hyped. They're going to go in there. They're going to beat them. It's happening. I'm calling it.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Wow.
Next game, Fayetteville heads to Broken Arrow. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm taking Fayetteville. Fayetteville's the better team. They're going to win. They're going to get Jason Delmar the ball. He's going to win them the game. It's as simple as that. They're going to beat Broken Arrow pretty handily, I believe.
Ooh, pretty handedly. I don't know about that. I think pretty handedly is a strong statement, Cord Marcotte, but I'm also going to take Fayetteville. Give me Fayetteville today. Take them down.
Hey, I'm also going Fayetteville. Casey Dix, former Razorback quarterback, got a great program down there. State champs, defending state champs. 14-game win streak right now, which I think ends on October 4th in this stadium.
I think so as well.
Homecoming night.
Rogers, so I've got Fayetteville going 9-1 this year with their loss being to the Rogers Mounties.
Non-biased, of course. Non-biased.
Completely non-biased.
Yeah,
I don't think
also,
that's crazy to say that.
No doubt about it. I also have the Purple Puppies down in the dog pound. Woo! Right now. Joe, hit it. Purple Pups. Yep. There it is. You got it. High explosive offense. Here we go.
5 for 5. All right, next, Bentonville and Conway. Bentonville makes the trip. I'm taking Conway. I'm taking the Wampus Cats. I think they're going to get it done. I think they're a better team than Bentonville. I think Bentonville's quarterback situation is going to prove a problem for them, and I just don't think they get it done on the road. I think Conway's fan base is really going to pop out. I think they're going to win that game.
Give me Conway!
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right,
I'm good.
Just
give me Conway.
I'm going Conway as well, and for two reasons. I'm going Wampus Cats. Who can't get behind a mythological six-legged cat against just your ordinary garden variety tiger?
But
absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. So number two, showing my non-bias again.
Yes.
I never pick Bentonville in a game.
Yes.
All right.
It's a great
you
take.
give me Bentonville versus Gravett, I'm going Lions.
Yeah, go Lions.
Well, I mean, the Lions,
You
not a bad team.
You give me Bentonville versus Elmwood. I'm a Raider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Emerald City, baby.
I may not win a lot of those picks, but I have my dignity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have your pride.
I have pride and dignity wins out. So I am going to go Conway, and I'm going Bentonville is going to go 0-9-1 this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Who they
Tie with West.
Bentonville West.
Okay.
I thought we were taking the evergreen preschool route
Because
there.
I can't pick either one of them. So that's my stance.
Okay, fantastic. I'm also taking the Cats. I think they're going to take care of business. I'm not going to give you as much of a rundown, but Fayetteville stinks. These guys don't. Boom, Cats win. Joe, take it away.
I got Bentonville here.
Boom.
Here it
After
is.
Oddball.
devastating loss to Union, they're going to come back. They're going to fight. They're going to win
Absolutely
this game.
not. Absolutely not.
Way.
6 legs, 6 points at a time, baby. Wampus Cats.
How about we get to
Wampus Cats running down their throats.
What's the big game,
Tigers.
Mace?
You still have
The
a chance. There's still a
big
chance for you.
Game. Mounties versus Muskogee.
Yes.
Game of
Who
the
do you
week.
got?
A beautiful scene out here today.
Who do you got, Cord?
Let's keep it simple again. The Mounties are winning this football game.
Yeah.
The
Love
Mounties
that.
don't
Whitey
lose.
Smith, word home.
Muscogee's going to try and come in. They're going to try and prove themselves, but these Mounties, the student section behind them, they're really going to get it done. They're going to make sure that it happens, and they're going to win this game against Muskogee. Muskogee got nothing.
This crowd of few turned into a crowd of many, no doubt about it. I'm also taking the Mounties, and unlike Mr. Lockhart, not necessarily in a biased way. Taking them, I think we have better athletes. I think we're going to have more explosive plays, and I think we're just going to have our way with them.
Talking about an athlete game, I think Rogers has the better athletes. Give me Jeff Regan, Braxton Lindsay, and middle linebacker Corbin Norris to take this for the Rogers Mounties.
Yeah. Mr. Lockhart.
I'm going to keep going on that train. I got the Mounties here. Jeff Regan, Braxton Lindsay, they're going to get it done.
2 studs.
Well, to keep along the non-biased trail, obviously,
Obviously.
I'm going with the Mounties as well.
Let's go. 5 for 5, Rogers Mounties.
26 games I saw that the Mounties have won in the last 3 years, which is a school record even back from when I went to school back in the 80s. So the Mounties have it going on, and Rogers Mounties are going to go 10-0.
Mr. Lockhart,
You want to do the honors?
what the fans paid to see.
Oh,
Yeah! Go Mounties!
Come on, Mr. Lockhart!
Let's go Mounties! Let's go! Go Mounties! so much for tuning in to the first episode of 7A Game Day. We are here at Whitey Smith Stadium, and let's roll Mounties!